Let's talk about this bitch. Let's talk about Bruce. I know some people want to get mad that I be talking about this bitch in their gender marker, former gender marker, but fuck her. First of all, you ain't give a shit about other trans people with your big feet and your man hands and that deep ass voice. You ain't give a fuck about your own damn community. But now, because you're on the receiving end of the very thing that this administration said they was going to do, which was going after the trans community, now because you being affected because your tax bracket didn't protect you from the vitriol, now you feeling hurt and you want sympathy and empathy. So this old big foot dragging heifer took her ass over there. This conservative media vampire took her ass over there on Tommy Lauren, that dumb bitch. Took herself over on that show to about fearless. No, you need to call it fearful because that's what a lot of y'all be running on. Fearfulness, not no fearlessness. Because people who are fearless don't need to be running around doing this bullshit that you two out here doing. So they trying to clamor onto whatever's left of their relevancy by doing a stupid ass podcast. And prior to this, she did a story on the fact that she regrets taking the Glamour Woman of the Year award in 2015. Yeah, because you ain't did shit for the community. I'm talking about the trans community. And said be a grifter, because that's what a lot of you conservatives are. Bunch of goddamn money hungry grifters. And so she was running around here to my she regrets taking the damn thing. Well, you should be, because there's nothing about you that screams activist or anything you've done really for the community, except you had the coin and the wherewithal to go transition into a gender you always felt that you were. But now you want people to be out here feeling sorry for your dusty ass. So she came out in, what was it, 10 years ago almost, or a little over 10 years, as a trans woman. And she told Tammy, or Tommy, however the fuck her name is, Tommy, she need to be in a damn tomb, wrapped up in a 8,000-year-old sarcophagus. Basically said that she appealed to Trump for help after the gender marker on her passport was changed from female to male. Now she said, recently I had my passport. I had to get it renewed. I sent it back. Comes back gender marker M. This is what she told Lauren, explaining that she had previously gone through the process of getting the gender marker on all of her IDs, including her birth certificate, changed to female. So now I'm in a position, Tommy. What do I do? This is a safety factor. I can't travel internationally anymore. I can't use my passport. Oh, welcome to the club, bitch. What did you expect? You sitting there voting for a demographic, a regime, a community that can give two shits and a flying fuck about how you identify, was out here spewing all kinds of bigoted rhetoric towards the trans community. But now yo lily white ass is being fucking affected. Your Timu equivalent of being Jessica Lange. Now your Timu Jessica Lange looking ass is out here being on the receiving end of the vitriol and the transphobia. Now you want us to feel sorry for you. Fuck you. And them goddamn thick ass eyebrows you got. So Jenna said she had attempted to appeal the change by using the standard form to flag it as a mistake. No, bitch, because apparently, according to them, God don't make no mistakes. So you shit out of luck until the next administration comes along and changes discourse on all of this bigotry that they're ushering into this current regime. So now last year, the Supreme Court affirmed that Trump administration's right to block trans and non-binary people from choosing the gender marker on their passports. And now you know how a lot of the drag race girls who identify as trans have been dealing with. When you hear people like Adore Delano talking about how they've been going through it, and Aja has been going through it. Now you expect us to feel sorry for you because you're Kim Kardashian's mother-in-law or stepmother, and Brody Jenner's other mother. So her next move was to write a letter to the president, even though, and you know he can't read. So why would you send him a letter? Even though she apparently has his personal phone number, about the implications for her and other trans people. Bitch, you don't give a fuck about other trans people. Now you want to be an activist because it's affecting you. This is how it always is with this, with Republicans. They don't give a fuck about nobody until it affects their bottom line. Then they want to sit up here and throw their fists up in the air like they Angela Davis and want to start protesting in disgust because now their bottom line is being affected in all of this. So then she goes and says, I was in Mar-a-Lago 2 months ago. This is what the letter wrote, explaining all of this to him, how it's affecting me and lots of people. And unfortunately, he wasn't there that weekend. This is what Jenner said, explaining that Secret Service personnel then promised her the letter would get to Trump's desk. I haven't heard from him. He's kind of busy right now. Yeah, busy just being on social media, tweeting fucking bio dialogue type shits, like writing full novels about a bunch of stuff that don't make no kind of coherent sense because the mind is deteriorating in real time. That's the, allegedly the enhancement, the extreme enhancement of the dementia. Allegedly. Even though I don't think it's alleged, but allegedly. My gender marker is not big on the issue, okay? So I get that. And I'm not blaming him whatsoever. I love the guy and I love what he's doing. You're full of shit. Like, I just hate the fact that people come up here and it's like, even when you know that the team that you on is failing, that it is their fault, you still don't want to hold people accountable for the things that's happening. What is up? Y'all so caught up in the matrix of this cult. Y'all so caught up in the cult that you can't even just accept and just admit defeat. You know who also does that? Um who the one that talks like this a lot? That person that the one that just got sued by spending that information, the misinformation about the kids and Red Hook and all that crap. When he told that, he's another one that won't do that. You'll denounce him, but you won't fully go there with the bullshit. And I'm sick of a lot of these people that sit and do that mess. It's like, just be honest. Just admit when you've admitted defeat, admit you're wrong, admit you were on the wrong side of history, per usual, because a lot of you vote with your money and your comfortability and your whiteness and your maleness. And I truly believe that even though Caitlyn been out here identifying as a woman, she was voting as a man with a lot of the ideologies. And you thinking that you weren't going to be exempt from all of this? This administration hates women. And even though you became a woman a decade ago, they still treating you like shit. So welcome to the club. I don't feel no ways tired on what you're going through. And Jenna also goes back and forth with their support of Trump or whatever. So you vote like somebody who's got bipolar disorder. So they don't know what's going to happen, and I don't give a fuck because, like they said, if now you want us to feel sorry for you because it's affecting you, and I don't feel sorry for you because this is the decision you made. Now you wanted to roll around in the mud like pig and shit. Keep rolling, bitch. That's all I gotta say. So, of course, her post was mocked by those who couldn't believe she supported a man who, as one person put it, literally announced that you don't exist today. So one person wrote on social media, Were you in the front row for that? I don't understand how you can support an office that is trying to re-alienate you from society." Another asked, "He just publicly said you were not accepted. How do you feel about him now?" Well, you already heard how they feel. They won't denounce fully. Oh, I think he's still doing a great job. I'm like, name one thing he's been good at. I'll wait. Because everybody's talking about gas prices going up, grocery prices are skyrocketing, everything is going up, except people's ability to live and support themselves financially. Now, one of the most common phrases people are using to react to the news is, "I don't think the leopards would eat my face." Another commenter phrase is slightly differently, stating, "Trans people who support Trump make zero sense to me. What the hell did Caitlyn think would happen? She really thought tossing other trans people to the wolves would somehow save her from being eaten by the wolves, too." Exactly. And that's what a lot of these people are. They think selfishly, they only care about themselves and have no regard for other people who are marginalized. And you sit up here thinking because you are um going through whatever it is you're going through. Hold on, because I just completely forgot to delete something that was in my thing, like my picture collage that I was going to use for the show. And I saw people actually like my photos. I'm like, no, that wasn't for y'all to like. So but hold on, there was something that I had saw on social media that I reposted, and this is like literally how I was feeling about the Trump supporters. But if I can't find it, we might have to Move on. Oh yeah, I found it. So it said this. So this is how I feel. A message for all you people leaving MAGA. Fuck you. It wasn't the grabbing by the pussy. It wasn't the mocking of a disabled person. It wasn't the thousands of lies. It wasn't a 130,000 porn star payout. Or was it million? 130. Well, because they got a couple of zeros being, but I'm assuming it was $130,000 porn star payout. It wasn't arrested for infidelity. It wasn't the 34 felony convictions. It wasn't the $400 million jet from Qatar or Qatar. Sorry, it wasn't the withholding of federal funds to blue states devastated by wildfires, hurricanes, and tornadoes. It wasn't the Americans killed and deported. It wasn't the illegal war started without congressional approval. It wasn't the 160 schoolgirls he unalived with a Tomahawk missile. Oh, and they double tapped on that shit. So it wasn't even just one bomb. They dropped both multiple. It wasn't the children he raped. It wasn't a fucking AI picture that drove you over the edge. I will never forgive you. I will never forget who you are. You are and always will be a Trump supporter. Read the list again. You are shit. So that's exactly how I feel about Caitlyn Jenner. I don't feel no ways tied. This bitch could go fall in a ditch and I wouldn't cry one tear over her tied ass if anything was to happen to her. Because you can't just be fucking around with people and expecting the karma not to come in your direction. So fuck around and find out. And now the bitch, you're finding out what exactly it is that you don't see it for you. So I don't feel no ways tied. What happens to you? So I say, oh, this is a. What do you guys think of this story regarding tired ass Caitlyn Jenner out here crying a river because her big back, big foot dragging ass is all upset? I did not realize that I was going to read her this hard, but it the universe sent it down to the brain and now it's coming out the mouth. So, how do y'all feel about this old Bigfoot dragon ass having ass bitch getting what's coming to her? Because now her bottom line as a trans woman is being affected by everything that's going on. So, let me know what you guys think. And surprised that Trump ain't return her calls. In the words of Brandy, why you ain't return my calls? Because he ain't got time for your ass. That's why. He ain't want to hear you talking all this politics. Child, he don't even pick up JD Vance phone calls because he don't like his fat, blank canvas looking ass either. Because quiet as kept, he didn't even want him to be the VP. That was Peter Thiel's choice. Because when you when the oligarchs basically help get your ass elected a second damn time, you got to do what they want you to do because you've done sold your soul for a coin. So let me know what you guys think of this mess in the comments down below.